Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome back to another video here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and in today's video we are in the FlyByWire A32NX having a look at their brand new flight management system version 2. Now recently at the FS Expo they showed off their wonderful Airbus A380, which we're all very much looking forward to seeing and getting our hands on to fly ourselves, but in doing that they have had to create a new flight management system which is now available to use on the FlyByWire A32NX. This new flight management system has completely replaced the old version that used to be in the aircraft. Now version 2 is available in the aircraft. It is paving the way for many new features to come. One long-standing feature that we've all been waiting for is the ability to fly RMP approaches and RNAV procedures using the final approach mode. Unfortunately, we can't do that yet, but we are now a huge step closer to being able to do that here in the A32NX. If you want to fly RNP approaches or RNAV approaches, then you will have to use NAV FPA mode or the VS mode, and there is a tutorial video on my channel with regards to how to do that safely. In this video then we will look at some of the new features of this new flight management system and also a couple of little known bugs that may catch you out and you'll obviously want to be aware of should they occur. Alright, so here we are in the flight deck. We're at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport and we're just going to load a quick flight over from Schiphol to Manchester, and as we do that I'll then be able to show you a couple of things new in this second version of the flight management system. In terms of its actual usage, you won't do anything different. You'll get your operational flight plan created that was done in SimBrief, and we can see that here on screen, and then we'd go over to the McDo init request, and then that should just populate as it did before. Now don't worry if that takes a few seconds, as long as it tells you there at the bottom that it is uplinking, then it's just downloading all of that information. Did seem to take a little bit longer this time than in the previous version, but that's fine, it's now loading a lot more information. So everything is automatically imported. We can see with the cost index, flight level, etc. Don't forget to do your wind request as well, that helps with the VNAV status. And then as per usual you just go through, pop in all the departure information and arrival information. For instance, today it looks like a runway 24 departure, and that is on the Bergy 2 Sierra. We'll just quickly scroll down, find that and insert, and then the arrival at Manchester is the ILS 23 right via Otbed 1 Mike. So I'm just going to quickly pop that in here, 23 right and Otbed 1 Mike. No VIA for Manchester. If you're familiar with the airport you will understand why. If unsure, ask down below, leave a comment, and I'll go through and explain and point you in the direction of showing you how to manually vector yourself in for an approach. So that's all done. We shall insert that, and then we've got the flight plan that we're used to seeing. Now if we come up to the navigation display and pop it onto the plan page, I'll just set the range rings out, so as we scroll down we will see that all of that is there. And with the second version then of the flight management system, one of the big things that has been improved upon is the logic and handling of the actual routing. Now this might not be something you notice too much because, to be fair, before it was very good, but you'll see that the flight plan is now more accurately represented, and you'll also find that if you do have any discontinuities in your flight plan, they will be more realistically placed. Now you don't always get a discontinuity, it all depends on the routing and the airport stars, SIDS, etc. So for instance in today's flight plan we actually haven't got any for the departure, but we do have one down at the end of the star, and that is because the idea with Manchester Airport is you wouldn't go past Rosen until air traffic control had told you to. So for now we can clear that discontinuity, and then the flight plan is completed up there, but as I say, in real life air traffic control would pull you off this arrival route and vector you in. So a couple of little issues that the FlyByWire team want to let you know may happen. So there are still a couple of bugs with the FMS version 2, and one of the things you may want to be aware of is that the alternate fuel occasionally doesn't load. So if I just put in the flight plan block fuel and get this all confirmed, this will then just take a moment to load, and as you can see there, alternate fuel time, it's not actually loaded in. So the best thing to do in that case is grab the alternate fuel value from your operational flight plan, which in our case is rounded up 1.3 tons, and enter that in manually. There we go. So now let's move on to probably the biggest thing that you're going to notice with this new flight management system, and this will make your go-arounds so much easier, because this flight management system version 2 will include the go-around track for your arrival. Now it gets all the go-around data just like the real aircraft from the navigation database that you've got installed. So when you are on arrival, then here you can see us coming into runway 18 right at Schiphol, you'll see that there is a cyan or light blue line, and this is the go-around track found right at the very end of your flight plan. Now this particular runway doesn't have a big long convoluted go-around, it's essentially just almost an immediate right hand turn, so you don't conflict with any other departing aircraft off runway 24 at Schiphol, and there you can see 500 feet, a little right turn arrow, and then it takes you to a waypoint. If you scroll up though in the flight plan, you will see that the blue line will disappear, bringing it back down onto the flight plan page. You'll see that it is shown there again. So now let's have a look at flying a go around with the new flight management system and how we can just have the autopilot turn on and really reduce our workload management. Perfect for those high stressful situations. The go-around procedure is the one procedure that pilots most commonly fly incorrectly, and that is just because it is a high stressful situation. The workload management is high, there's lots going off, so now in the A320NX, if we're able to utilize the autopilot to help us just as they can do in real life, that is really going to take that stress off and help with your mental capacity. Let's have a look. Autopilot off, I have control. It's a windy day at Schiphol today, crosswind from the right. .500 feet stable, continue.
400. 100 above.
4 reds, go around flaps.
Minimum.
Man toga, SRS, nav. Positive climb, gear up. So the navigation mode already armed, we can simply put the autopilot on, and now the autopilot is going to fly the go-around track for us. We're in open climb, so set climb thrust. And then as you can see, the autopilot will command the right hand turn as we saw earlier in the flight plan, and it will then follow the go-around track that we have in the flight management system. Now you could have flown the first part of that go-around manually above 500 feet, make the right hand turn, then pop the autopilot on and continue on to the first waypoint. After you've done this missed approach procedure, air traffic control here at Schiphol would tell you basically where they want you to go. If you're on your own, however, then if you go back to your flight plan, just scroll down, you'll see that all your original star and ILS approach is still there. So essentially you can just press the direct button, select one of the waypoints you want to fly to, and basically just have another go at the approach. Don't forget, however, though, after a go around you will need to activate the approach phase again. Now, as a side note to this, a small issue with the FMS version 2, just occasionally the aircraft will not transition out of the SRS mode when it climbs above the go-around acceleration altitude. If that is the case, then just pull on the altitude knob to enter open climb. I think this is an amazing development from the hardworking guys at the FlyByWire team, and as I said earlier in the video, this now paves the way for so many new features to be brought into the aircraft, not least of course the one we're all really looking forward to, the Airbus A380. Now, this new flight management system is only available in the developer version of the FlyByWire A32NX. Of course, that can be downloaded as per usual via the FlyByWire installer. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this new flight management system being brought. Now, we've been waiting for it for, well, let's be honest, quite a long time, and it seems that this is the biggest development we've had for quite a while from the FlyByWire team, showing that they are still here, still working hard, and hopefully won't be too long before we see multiple new features incorporated into this aircraft and then the ultimate release of the Airbus A380. Don't forget guys as well that we do have a special EasyJet Sim Pilot discount code for those of you who want to purchase anything from the Contrail store or some scenery from the likes of Pyrrhy, utilities such as Active Sky, MK Studios, Latin VFR, etc. Loads of add-on and scenery developers available via the Contrail store, so check out that discount code in the video description down below. Make sure you note it down, and it's a one-time use code only, so use it wisely and save yourself 10%. Thank you so much for watching guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then please do leave a like before you go, and don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any future videos and of course our live stream flights. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye bye for now.